very down here at the facility. Okay, somebody asked me this question before, but I'm going to tell everybody right now, you're going to look at this large black patch of asphalt. This is where the number 42 car, Juan Pablo Montoya, ran into the back of the jet dryer during the 2012 Daytona 500 race. When he did that, that jet dryer spilled about 250 gallons of jet fuel. It caught on fire and melted the top 2 layers of the track off right there, so they had to take the repair to the track before they were able to continue with the race. All right, guys, I want everybody to hold on to your seats. You ready? I'm going to give you a little taste of 31 degrees of banking. You ready? Hold on. All right, at the bottom of the racetrack here, we see the double yellow line going up to the top of the wall there. That's 42 feet, or just a little over 4 stories tall here in high banks. It is 31 degrees of banking. From this double yellow line going about 2/3 of the way up to the track, where you see the broken white line up there, that's 30 feet. Now, during a typical race here at the track, the cars go through these corners at over 200 miles per hour. A lot of times they come through here 3 wide. Every once in a while, they will try and make it 4 wide. As you'll be able to see by the skid marks up here, they do get into that wall up there quite often. Lucky for them, that wall is what's known as the SAFER barriers. SAFER stands for Steel and Foam Energy Reduction. Now, if you look at the outside of that wall, you're going to notice it's made with rectangular square tubing. There's about 9 miles of that square tubing to make up the outside wall here at the track. Right behind these steel tubing, you see the styrofoam barriers, and behind the styrofoam barriers is the original concrete wall. Now, how that wall works is that if a driver were unfortunate enough to hit the wall, they would hit that square tubing that would bend and flex right into the styrofoam barriers. The styrofoam barriers then absorb the kinetic energy of the car, and that does 2 things. 1, it helps reduce damage to the cars, but 2, and more importantly, it helps reduce and prevent injuries to the race car drivers, and that's the main purpose of the SAFER barrier. The SAFER barrier is now installed at most NASCAR-sponsored tracks in the United States. Right now we're coming out of turn 4, and as we do, you can see another one of these Sunoco signs where the official spotters sit. We have 4 around the track. They're at the beginnings of turns 1 and 3, and at the exits of turns 2 and 4. And right now I'm going to be bringing you out to the turn 4 skid pad that I told you about up in the Super Suite. And as I do, it gives you a chance to look over at the bleachers there. And you see the seats are multicolored over there. A lot of people ask us why. Well, I can tell you one thing, it's a trick on the eye. What happens is, the TV cameras are scanning the track, they're scanning the stands here, and some of those seats are empty. They appear to be full when they take to see it on the camera. So it's very hard to figure it out when you watch the race the next time. You're scanning the crowd, see if you can pick out which seats are empty and which ones are not. It's pretty difficult to do, believe it or not. Okay, off to your left-hand side, you're going to see the Goodyear Tire Garage and the Sunoco Fueling Station. We have 2 sets of these garages. We got one here at the east end and one at the west end of the infield area. Goodyear's official tire in NASCAR during a typical race here at the track. Cars use anywhere between 9 and 14 cents of tires, and each set costs $1,800. Sunoco is the official fuel of NASCAR. The Sprint Cup cars and the Nationwide Series cars use 98 octane fuel with 15% ethanol, so even NASCAR is going green. Okay, these garages that you see on the other side of this wall here, they have the yellow curtains. Those are what's known as overflow garages. Sprint Cup has 74 garages. 30 of them are overflow garages, and that's these right here. This is where the teams will put their backup cars if they had them. And as we come down here, this higher wall here, the 44 Sprint Cup garages are just on the other side of this wall here. And you can see on top of those garages, that's the Sprint fan deck up there. And you're going to see that a little bit more when we bring you into the fan zone a little bit later in the tour. Okay, right now we're going to bring you up to the beginning of the pit road. And when we get up here at the beginning of the pit road, you're going to see a yellow and black line. This is what's known as the commitment line to pit road. And there's another black and yellow line down at the exit of the pit road. And that is 1,600 feet length. And the speed limit on the pit road during the race is 55 miles per hour. Okay, we're coming up to the trial part of the track. Before we get up here, though, I want you to pay attention to these 2 parallel red lines. Then you're going to see a single red parallel line up here. When we get to see the safety video and the driver's meeting room a little bit later on in the tour, they are very important. That's what's known as the restart zone. We'll explain that a little bit later to you. Okay, right now we're coming up to the front stretch area of the track, specifically the trial part. And when we get up here, you see it. I know when you see it on TV, you're led to believe that it's flat, but it's not. It's actually big, 18 degrees here at the start-finish line. And you're going to see the flag stand up there that sits 22 feet above the surface, and it is handicap accessible. And this is our next stop. We're going to stop at the start-finish line to give you a chance to take a walk up on the track, take a few pictures. I'm going to ask that you please be careful careful when you go up there, especially if you're wearing flip-flops or sandals, because it may be a little slippery. I'm also going to ask that you please do not go on the grass area to the left. Stay to the right. Okay, you may now exit to the right of the vehicle.